succeed in their jobs and win the admiration of their team and inspire greatness. This is a good time to take a look at how managers, supervisors, and executives can engage in self-introspection to become the best they can be at their jobs. It's almost a cliché to say that employees don't leave companies, they leave bad bosses. However, this happens all the time. A top talent will resign, and in the exit interview, it's confirmed that their manager was the root cause of their departure. Managing people seems easy from afar. It's actually a difficult skill. It is especially rough when you don't possess any prior management experience and got promoted to this position because you were good at your last job. Excelling at your profession does not necessarily mean that your skills seamlessly transfer over. It's like when an all-star baseball player becomes the team manager after he retires from playing on the field. Sometimes, it works out well. Oftentimes, it does not. The former ballplayer may not have the right temperament, talent, patience, and leadership abilities for this new role. When you're in a management position, there is an initial belief that your staff will automatically respect, listen, and follow your directions. After all, you're the boss and they're supposed to acquiesce to your demands, you would think. It's not that simple, and it hardly ever works out that way. In fact, it's exceedingly difficult to earn the respect, admiration, and loyalty of your team. As an aspiring manager, there are some important decisions you need to make about the type of leader you want to be. Do you want to be liked, feared, respected, or everyone's pal? Are you capable of leading a team, empowering your staff, making them feel good about themselves and energized to accomplish great things? To become a better manager, it makes sense to understand what doesn't work. Here are the most frequent complaints you will hear from job seekers about their bad bosses, which will prompt them to pursue a new job elsewhere. It's relatively common for managers to lose their tempers, harshly chastise or scream at a subordinate in front of other coworkers. The verbal beratement is humiliating, embarrassing, and saps any interest or enthusiasm to work for that supervisor. It also alienates everyone else within earshot. They recognize that the boss has a short fuse and will freely take out his frustrations on his staff. No one wants to live with the constant fear that they'll be his next victim. Constant criticism, sarcasm, degrading, and cruel comments also ruin morale. When a manager routinely bellies your ideas, doesn't hear you out, talks over you, and acts in an aggressive manner, it makes your work life miserable and, overall, intolerable. Some managers play favorites and assign the best jobs to the people who least deserve them. They are not good judges of a person's strengths and weaknesses. Managers may assign work to a person who doesn't have the experience, but is a favorite, and makes it excruciatingly painful for everyone involved in the project. Our culture puts pressure on people to work long hours and almost always be on call. When your boss pushes you to extremes, it turns into a toxic work environment. Some bosses come across unstable. One moment they love you, and the next, they're yelling at you for something small and innocuous. They take credit for the positive work you've done, but blame you when something doesn't work out in their favor. Here are some of the things you should do instead to become a better manager. Share your style of management with your team, so they understand your intentions. A manager may come across pushy, but if she explains that she holds you in high regard and desires to help you reach your full potential, then you'll feel better about it. Inquire as to how people like to be managed. Everyone has a different way about them. Some may know they need a little push every once in a while. There are other people who like working independently and hate a micromanager. It's helpful to let your team know the goals and objectives and what benchmarks they need to hit within reasonable timeframes. You may want to have one-on-one meetings or group outings to go over strategy and a game plan, so that everyone is on the same page. When you hire someone because you believe they can do the job, then provide them with all of the tools they need to succeed and get out of their way. Mean what you say and say what you mean. People desire consistency, direction, and honest feedback. If you promise something, you need to keep your word and deliver results. Employees must know that you will always be upfront with them and don't have to speculate your motivations. It's appreciated when you lead by example. Anyone could bark orders and tell people to do something right now. It's more effective to show them what's expected and how they can accomplish their task. This may take rolling up your sleeves, getting out from behind your desk, and doing some of the less glamorous work. Hold yourself to the highest standards. You should be the first one in the door in the morning and the last person to leave at night. Don't take advantage of your position by making personal phone calls and going out for long lunches. Talk positively about everyone and always try to keep the team motivated. Have their backs if they make mistakes. Reward people when they do a good job. Cheer people on for all of their hard work and celebrate the victories. Remember to keep your own ego in check. Offer kudos to your team and let your managers know how great your team is. Keep an open door and open mind for those who need help and assistance. Staying a little late at night to coach and mentor someone goes a long way. It's fine to offer positive and constructive feedback to help employees improve. Set the bar high for yourself and your team and work like hell to overachieve it. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Admit and own up to your mistakes, and move on. We all make mistakes, so don't try to blame others, hide from your mistake or make believe it didn't happen. It's okay to be human and laugh at yourself with self-deprecating humor. This is a good start toward creating a positive work environment, which will make people want to stay and contribute. It'll keep them from walking out the door.